Afternoon all, how's it going? Listen, it's time for another fucking rant. I make no apologies. My name's the Angry Bootneck, not the fucking pleasant, well-mannered, jovial, good-humoured fucking Bootneck, is it? I know that the UK these days, I think it was Peter Hitchens who said that the United Kingdom in this day and age, it's more like the NHS with a country attached to it. And I'm sorry to say that I'm in full agreement with him. This is just one of about 20,000 fucking images that I've had spammed by people I'm friends with on fucking Facebook. I've seen thousands of them on Twitter, all over the place on social media, regarding endless fawning appreciation for the NHS. Now, I'm aware it's controversial, but it shouldn't be. No one's suggesting that the fucking people, that a large number of the people who work for the NHS aren't fucking stalwart, hard-working, disciplined, selfless people. A lot of them are, but a lot of them fucking aren't. And in the best traditions of English liberal chaps like John Locke, David Hume, and Francis Bacon and all those Enlightenment people, collectivism never sits well with me. And it definitely doesn't sit well with me when we're talking about the biggest employer in the entire UK, literally millions of fucking people, and of which a significant minority of them are fucking useless, self-trimming cunts. It's like we've embarked on a Chinese-style propaganda campaign to fucking collectively gobble off all the fuckers that work for the NHS. Or that should be collectively frig off, because the majority of NHS staff are female. So my mate shared this. Nurses should have their student loan debt wiped clean 100%. No, they fucking shouldn't. Every time there's a tragedy nowadays, the public sector rushes to fucking exploit it for their own gain. Hillary Clinton said that, didn't she? Never let a tragedy go to waste. And this is proof positive. When Grenfell Tower burnt down, the firemen are all fucking there, slapping each other on the back. When a terrorist gets slaughtered, the coppers are fucking there, expecting more plaudits. And when fucking there happens to be a relatively minor pandemic, we're not dealing with the fucking Black Plague, out come the fucking nurses. I've seen more bastard women crying on fucking social media in the last 6 months than I ever saw after, I don't know, a massive, terrifying tragedy like when a fucking tsunami wiped out 150,000 people in fucking Indonesia. It's just fucking ridiculous. Again, I'm not trying to have a go at any cunt individually, but nurses and NHS professionals, in the main, do a good job, but they get well paid for it. They get gilded pensions that kick the shit out of any you get in the private sector. And they get fair time off, paid vacation, the fucking lot. It's a bit fucking rich to suggest that just because there's been a minor fucking pandemic, we now need to fucking have bus drivers and plumbers and bricklayers and all the other jobs where these people don't get as well treated as NHS staff because they're in the private sector. It's a bit rich to suggest those fuckers should now pay the student loans off for a bunch of fucking nurses who don't need the student loan paying off. But before I do that and unpack all of this shit and make the case why we should just leave it as it is and keep paying NHS staff the perfectly reasonable salaries they've fucking already got, let's just look at a few more insipid fucking images from social media from the last fucking week. I mean, the worst one, I think, was this fucking thing. If anyone was around the world isn't aware, they basically got everyone who was just sitting on their fucking arses at home to fall in, like with military efficiency, on the doorsteps and start clapping in a spontaneous round of applause. And when this happened, I'd never seen so many fucking women crying on social media. Clap for our fucking heroes. And now look, please join us at 8 p.m. tonight for a big applause to say thank you. This is 8 hours ago, so Piers there is saying what we should do is we should do it all over again tonight. Like, seriously, I know I'm a cynical cunt, but is this going to become a weekly occurrence now? 8 p.m. every fucking week, and it's your job to come out and clap even harder than last week. Really? Clap for our... What, we're going to just weekly fucking basis then? Like the fucking Red Army? Get us felling on the doorstep every week at the same time to salute the dear leader. But it's not the dear leader, it's a bunch of fucking well-paid public servants. Seriously, it's fucking ridiculous. I thought we were supposed to be the nation of stiff upper lips and stoicism, not weepy, teary-eyed fucking emotional histrionics every time there's a bit of a crisis going on. Fuck me. And yes, for the record, it was the same when Grenfell Tower burnt down. Like, of course I support the fire department, but they've got a fucking job and they do it. It's no different than the military or a bin man or a fucking street sweeper or a taxi driver. You get your fucking job, they give you a fair day's pay for doing it, and your part of the deal is to do your fucking job. That's why everybody hated this little shit, isn't it? Can you remember him? When Joe Glenton basically was in the army for fucking years. 3 years. And then as soon as they told him that his regiment had to go to Afghanistan, he went, nah, that's not happening. And just fucking refused to go. And nobody in the military was like, yeah, support our heroes. No, they were like, listen, you little shit. You've been getting paid and taking all your paid leave and getting your pension payments for fucking years. You can't just instantly decide, oh, well, actually, I've changed my mind as soon as there's a war. That's not how it works. And it's the same for fucking the firefighters, the nurses, the coppers, and anybody else that works for the fucking taxpayer. You were paid in good faith by the taxpayers and they expect you to do your fucking job. And if you're a fucking scrawny, pissant little shitweasel like this fucker, you're rightly held in contempt and sent to fucking jail for it, because that's basically fraud. If you've been taking your fucking wages and pissing up the wall for the last 3 years, and then when all of a sudden a war kicks off and you're expected to do your duty, and then you go, I've changed my fucking mind, well, you're a piss-taking cunt and you should be held in contempt. Look, of course the mayor has to fucking open his bastard mouth. Once again at 8 PM tonight, we're going to demonstrate our solidarity and clap for our NHS heroes. Fucking supermarket workers, teachers, cleaners, carers. Well, at least he's included everybody, but what the fuck is going on? Clap for everyone. Supermarket workers, teachers, cleaners, carers. Well, they all work hard, but so what? Everyone fucking works hard. Mechanics, plumbers and bricklayers work hard. The poor bastards in McDonald's work hard, but nobody ever wants to reward them. They don't even get any tips, those poor cunts. Let's all go and fucking pat them on the back. Fuck me, it's just insipid. Stiff upper lip. We've just turned into a nation of weepy, teary-eyed fucking Frenchmen. We'll all be kissing each other on both fucking cheeks next. Seriously, let me know, am I just a perpetually miserable cunt or what? Like, does that make you feel amazingly proud to be British, or does that make you think, fuck me, have we just turned into a pack of fannies? It's just a wash with it. It's every tweet. Yeah. Fucking... I do think a large portion of it is just unbridled narcissism as well, like... My daughter's thank you to the NHS heroes. There. Watch her do a solo. Fuck off. So you get the idea. It's just unending. So if anyone doesn't know, everyone in Scotland and all fucking EU citizens get their education completely paid for by the taxpayer. Whoopee fucking do. And if you do get one in England, you don't start paying it back until you're earning more than 25,725 quid. And it's 9% of everything you earn above that threshold. So you get to keep the entire 25,725 and then you repay 9% above that. So if you're earning 29 grand a year, you pay 3,275 above it. Not difficult, and certainly not the type of debt we should be paying off so bus drivers can pay for it. And does nobody think that's reasonable? And being an NHS nurse has got better benefits, a better pension, more paid time off than being a fucking bus driver. So no, I don't think we should impoverish bus drivers and bricklayers to give even more money to people that don't need it, for doing what they contractually are obliged to do and doing the job they all signed up for. And as for why I think this is going to be a problem, reputable news sites are replete with reasons why the NHS is in trouble and with measures that need to be taken to ensure it's feasible moving forward. We've never cut the funding for it, despite the lies that The Guardian and Owen Jones fucking talk. They just spout endless shit. We've never cut the budget for the NHS. It's now more expensive than it ever has been. It's costing us... Well, I think we sailed past 150 billion last year. So we spend more than ever before. We spend a bigger proportion of public spending than ever before. We're up past 30% now of our public spending, just on the NHS. Key targets are being missed, but there appears to be no financial penalties for this. Population's ageing, we know that. All of a sudden care costs more, I wonder why. And we're talking about throwing more money at them, giving them free parking, scrapping all the student loans, paying them more fucking money. There's another one. They want tax-free pay for the NHS staff. So what they're going to get? Tax-free pay, raises, free parking, and cancel the loans. And if they're the biggest employer in the country, who the fuck is going to be paying into the bastard coffers? Not me. I'm an expat now. You can't... I'm sorry. I've done my bit. I've never had a penny in dole or benefits in the UK. Sorry, dudes, I'm out. You'll have to get some fucker else to pay for it. He's a big story on Quartz. The first step towards fixing the NHS is admitting it's broken. It is. It's not that great. If the UK had the survival rates of those countries with the best health outcomes, over 46,400 lives a year would be saved. The UK has 2.7 beds per 1,000 people, less than Germany, France and the entire EU average. It's got problems, and I can't help but feel like we will never even attempt to fix them now. We'll just keep throwing money at it, an endless, bottomless sink of money that we don't have. Hospitals recruit managers faster than doctors and nurses. No fucking shit. Waiting times, highest ever levels, and yet we're spending more than ever before. Where is it going? It's going to the managers and it's going to the staff, and it's only going to get worse now. Massive increases in management, well-paid, well-pensioned managers. So let me know what you think in the comments. Seriously, like, am I just a complete miserable bastard? I'm not having a go at them, but I'm asking for an end to this pointless, infantile, needlessly emotional, fucking whiny, let's spend all of our fucking days prostrating ourselves before the fucking NHS. It needs to stop. They've got a job description, they do it, just like everybody else. And that fucking institution has serious problems, and we're not going to fix them if we spend all of our time fawning over everyone that works for it. The reforms still need to happen. We need to sack some of these fucking managers who do nothing. Stop all the people taking the piss. I know tons of nurses. Middlesbrough's got a massive hospital. Loads of them complain to me about how many people there are taking the piss. Lazy bastards, self-trimming fucking arseholes who took the job not because they want to help people, but because they want to help themselves. And they take fucking months off every year because they said, oh, I'm stressed, I need 3 months off at full pay. And they get it. They have paying conditions that is not comparable by any fucking private sector job at all. And apparently we have to keep on giving. Well, I'm just telling you, if I'm a fiscally conservative person, not like these fake ones in America who say they're fiscally conservative up until the point they're in power and then they spend like fucking degenerate gamblers. I'm worried about the fucking UK's national debt, and we're not going to fix it by spending all day, every day, worshipping the ground that fucking NHS staff walk on. Fucking illogical. Well done to those hard-working fucking nurses that go above and beyond, but that's not all of them, and it's probably not even most of them. It's some of them. And some of them got involved because they know it's a good fucking well-paid job with good pay and good conditions and a good pension. And the fucking idea that we should just stop everything to fucking hero worship everyone that's ever pulled on a pair of fucking scrubs is ridiculous. Please feel free to call me a cunt. You soppy bastards. I welcome it. If you're one of them rare NHS workers who's getting paid fuck all, you don't get paid time off, you don't get any fucking holidays, you don't have any pension plans, and you're fucking on the bones of your ass, enlighten me as to what you do. But purely looking at the figures, how spending's gone up every single year for 20 years, I don't think money is the problem. And I certainly don't think we should start throwing even more at it. People that don't desperately need it. There's a lot more people in the UK that need fucking help more than nurses. Every fucker's always pleading poverty, aren't they? Nobody ever says, you know what, fuck it, I've got enough money. Never. Nobody that works for the public sector. Coppers, firemen, teachers, nurses, politicians, those awful cunts. There's some fuckers we can start with a pay cut. The fucking politicians. But that won't happen because they get to make these fucking decisions, and so they'll never get one. But that's the point I'm making, that we need to be tight with the purse strings. Someone's got to make tough decisions, and just because we've had one minor fucking pandemic doesn't mean we have to throw logic and common sense out the window and just fucking empty Scrooge McDuck's vault in some fucking nurse's arse pocket. Rant over.